Hello again. It is often suggested that rape in Britain is a crime more likely to be indulged in by some ethnic groups or nationalities rather than others. The difficulty is in obtaining any evidence to confirm such a hypothesis. The Home Office and various regional police forces are often cautious about releasing a breakdown of figures by ethnic group for this offence. One way of approaching matters is to look at those cases reported in the newspapers or are to be found on the internet. There are two obvious problems with such a method. The first is, of course, that unless you list every single case found, there will be accusations of cherry picking. Then, too, not all rapes are reported in the press, so it is possible that results might be skewed in some way, either by the prejudices of news agencies or the determination of the police to pursue this or that ethnic group rather than another. However, if every single case to be found on the internet is listed and then ethnicity examined, we might at least gain some idea of any trends. I have not had the time to conduct such an exercise myself, but a person with whom I've been corresponding in the United States has done so, and he has provided me with the raw data and the conclusions which he reached after examining it. In the description to this video, I give all the information used in this endeavour, and viewers can work through it themselves and see what they make of it. I shall limit myself in this video to discussing the implications of the data, which I'm bound to say seem to me to be compelling. Using the search terms Bradford UK rapists in the Google app, the following cases were thrown up which appeared having been published and found their way onto websites. These were, namely, 3 black men convicted of rape, 15 white ones, and 51 Asians, all in the city of Bradford. The names of every one of these cases may be found in the description to this video. The ethnic composition of Bradford, according to the 2021 census, is that 61.1% of the population are white, 31.1% Asian, and 2% black, with a few other smaller ethnicities also. This would give a normalized rate of rape in each group as Asians, 28.2 per 100,000, black people, 26.6 per 100,000, and whites, 4.36 per 100,000. Because there are so few black people in Bradford, those cases might be regarded as outliers. We can perhaps dismiss them as being unreliable or unrepresentative. But with the two larger groups, those of white people and Asians, we can say with some confidence that something very noticeable and strange may be seen about the figures. This is that the rates of rape for Asians are 6.5 times as high for them as they are for white people. Even bearing in mind that this technique of relying upon reported cases might not be altogether accurate and reliable, the difference between the two groups is so great as to suggest that we are seeing a genuine phenomenon. That is to say that Asians really are more likely to commit rapes in Bradford than white people. This is, of course, something which has long been suggested, and it is a matter of popular culture, although the idea is usually denounced by left-wing folk as being racist. Almost all the rape cases which are described here as Asians are actually Muslims from Pakistan and Bangladesh, rather than Indians. This makes it difficult to say what the most important factor is in the business, whether it is something to do with Islam or some cultural artifact relating to Bangladeshi or Pakistani society, and the way perhaps in which traditions might be transmitted to the offspring of immigrants born and living in this country. No research has been or is ever likely to be conducted on this point. The fact that so many Afghans are also implicated in cases of rape and sexual abuse of very young girls suggests that perhaps religion is the important factor, and that there is something about Islam which either encourages, or at the very least does not discourage, older Muslim men from taking advantage of young girls. Although that's only a tentative guess. I'm not offering any of this as definitive proof of anything, merely as the only available evidence of what may be happening.